Satnam, Satnam, Shiv-FKA. It's evening time on the farm. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous? The orchard. So I wanted to come and share a story, Grit and Glory we're calling this. So I'm going to make a new segment, Grit and Glory, tell us your story. We'd love for you to tell us your story. It's been just over 2 years since we've been putting the yoga classes and meditation classes on YouTube, and we've got over 700 videos. Amazing, right? And we just passed 4 million minutes of you guys watching. So 4 million minutes of you doing, or you bringing more peace and more balance into your life. Bravo. I mean, that's all down to you. And I get emails and notes and messages about people's stories. And so we would love to start a little segment called Grit and Glory, Tell Us Your Story. And I'd like to kick it off with a letter that I just received this past week. So the letter was from Anthony, and I'm just going to actually just read his letter. So, yeah, let's see what Anthony said. So Anthony says, "Hey Shiv, I just wanted to let you know that you literally saved my girlfriend's life." We'll talk about this afterwards. "She was overweight, sick, and started yoga. She watches you on YouTube all the time. She's lost 25 kilos and does yoga every morning. And when she doesn't do it, she has a bad day, which I can understand because I love exercising too. But I just want to let you know that you changed her life and that she loves you so much for it. Thank you. I thought I'd let you know that you do change heaps of people's lives and you're a very good person for that. And you don't need me to tell you that, but anyway, her name's Kimmi Pritchard. She lives in Australia. I'm often mistaken as an Australian. I know you guys in Australia are going to say, what? You're so British. But here in America, they often think that I'm Australian. This is my little American, English accent with Americanization on it. And then Anthony actually asked me if I would give Kimmi a shout out. So actually, Kimmi, not only are we giving you a shout out, but we're dedicating Grit and Glory, Tell Us Your Story, to you, because it's something I've been thinking about for a while, and getting Anthony's his note just really solidified that for me. And of course, I just put the videos up there, so that was my part in it. Kimmi's part was actually doing it, right? Getting up, going through the grit to the glory and back to the grit again, because that's what bloody happens. You know, as Jack Cornfield says, after the ecstasy, the laundry. And then we'll have ecstasy, and then we'll have laundry, and it just is this endless cycle. So Kimmi's part was that. And then, of course, Anthony, obviously, very supportive. What a beautiful boyfriend to have. What a beautiful partner in life to have. You know, that he actually took the time to write me a note on Kimmi's behalf, just because he loves her that much and is watching this transformation that can happen when we find something that is right for us. So it may not be, Kundalini Yoga isn't right for everybody. Not everybody, meditation is an answer. But when it is, when it's your time and you get kissed by Kundalini, I just know what can happen. So, you know, I'm always delighted to hear it, but I'm never surprised, right? I'm not surprised because I know I felt it. Literally, you know, the first time I did, if you don't know, the first time I did Kundalini Yoga was at Harbin Hot Springs. I'd never heard of it. I'd never seen it before. I saw someone doing it and I just said, that's what I need to do. And it was at sunrise on the mountain in a most gorgeous place. And I fell in love with the way that I felt. So it was how it made me feel, you know, and feeling is a powerful thing. We were just talking about that, Samaj and I, today. We can often forget people, what their name is or what they do, but we'll never forget how they made us feel, right? So feeling, it's a very strong, visceral thing, and Kundalini Yoga made me feel different. So we'd love to hear from you, you know, what changes have you undergone, and what grit have you gone through, and some tales of your glory would be awesome, because alone we can do so much, but together we can do so much more. And there's power in our stories. I share Kimmi's story because it's so easy to think, oh, yes, well, you could lose weight and you can change your life, Shiv, but I can't because I've got kids, or um, because, right? So we think that we can't and that it's for the others, but we can. We're more powerful than we know. We're mightier than we think. And often all it takes is the next step in the right direction and a little bit of support. That's why people like Anthony are so important in our journey, because as soon as we start making changes, we start changing the way we are around the people that we are around. So if you imagine your life as a stage, and every night you go out, each time you go to work, you go to the work stage. And so every time you go on that stage, you all take your places, cue, yep, now you know exactly which personality, which persona you are, right? And someone's saying congrats to Kimmi, that's awesome. And then you go home, and then there's that stage, there's the home stage. So now you drop the work persona and you become the home persona. Then you go out for a drink with the girls or with the boys, and you're that persona. And then all of a sudden you start making changes, and you start turning up on your stages just in a slightly different role. And everyone's like, whoa, hold on a minute, because if your role's changed, I don't know my lines now. Now you're improvising and you're upsetting the apple cart, right? So support can actually be integral, because misery does love company, and people will try to sabotage you as you start to make your changes. So it's such a multi-layered endeavor to try and change your life, because it's not just about you, it's about all those people around you and how they react. And of course, as you start to change, you become a mirror for them. So if they've got things that they want to change and they're not, then being around you reminds them of exactly what they're not doing. And that all comes out, of course, we can't just say that because we don't actually know it. It's all going on a very, very subconscious level. And so that manifests as all kinds of sabotage, maybe jealousy, and it's just not nice, because it's hard enough trying to make changes. And then, as I said at the beginning, it's very easy to think that other people can do it. I struggled with my weight from 11 until today. I will say, it's not how we look, how we feel. That journey is never over, but we just get to better deal with it. I think in many ways, it's kind of like the vicar said to my mum when my dad passed. My mum said it was the most solid information she got. She wouldn't have used those words, but the sound information. And the vicar told her, it was a female vicar, told her that she would never get over my dad dying. She would never get over my dad not being there. But she would learn to better deal with it. And that she didn't have to get over it. And it was just like this big pass, because everyone wants you to get over it. And I think when you have, when weight is your thing, it's not something that you ever get over. You get lots and lots of invitations to keep fucking it up and redoing it, right? Or to learn your lessons and take them forward. So I know for me, one of the things that was the hardest for me was stopping smoking, right? So I was a smoker, a tobacco smoker, and it was very addictive. And there's also very habitual. And in the end, when I did give it up, it was with the realization that I could never do it again because I liked it. Dirty secret, like it just seems so bad that we would like something like that, right? We're just human. And so I realized, I'm always going to, if I have another cigarette, I will want another one and another one. And so the only way not to have another one is not to have another one, right? Not to have just that one. And that time, the last time that the final time that I gave up, that was how easy it was. I didn't want, it was just, I was done because I realized if I took another one, I wouldn't stop, right? And so the same with our weight is just finding different ways to get on the stage and be ourselves. So Kimmi, I know for you, darling, 25 kilos, that's a hell of a lot of you. If you feel like sending us a photo, I'd love to see you. And yeah, and for anyone else out there, if you've got a story of getting through your grit to your glory, grit and glory, tell us your story. We'd love to hear it. And I'm going to go now. We're going to go to Costco and get some organic veggies. It's that time. So sending you lots and lots of love, and still doing what we can while we can, because life is too short or too long to do anything else. Lots of love. Sat now.